Where are we going? We're only fighting for like 2 hours.
All I need
It's a love in town.
Let me just tell you, boys.
You got some Zofran?
Oh, for throwing up? Yeah, no, it's just, dude, I felt like I was going to throw up. That's okay if you do. I mean, not in the car.
It's times like these that reminds you of the important things in life.
Where you learn to live again.
Like, God damn it, not forgetting to sign that stupid life insurance policy.
You knew you were going to hang out with me.
I
Like,
know.
you signed it.
I've been working. I've been too busy. Fuck, man.
It's funny because we can't even debrief of what happened because you're still going through it.
We have to. All right, let's. Shit.
Because you can't debrief when you're still going through it.
No.
I mean, how do you post game during the game?
Put me in, coach. Get ready, son.
There's a post game interview during the game. Maybe it's like a halftime interview. Okay, how about the halftime interview? The halftime interview was like, how do you feel it went in the first half?
Jesus Christ, the first half went amazing, you know?
Okay, so what happened out there?
Oh, Jesus. Selfishness.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Really? You had to hand it over?
Oh,
Great. I held on to it.
No, I, God damn, I didn't realize how fucking selfish I've been.
Wow.
Dude,
Dude, that's huge.
no, really, I mean, especially with my wife and my stepson, you're like, oh my God, man, I've been, especially lately, you know, because I've been in a funk and stuff, but it's so much about me, right? And it's okay when I feel like it's okay when you're in those depressed states, but dude, I've gone to the point like, oh my God, that's like, it's been like a theme in my life. So selfish, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like,
Sorry. That was really loud. I think everyone's like that though.
no, but yeah, you're right.
But I mean, you're very receptive to it.
Oh, dude, I
That's
like,
amazing.
the first thing I did was call my wife and like apologize. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, dude, I apologized to my wife.
And then how was she? Like,
Oh, she's like, she is like,
put him in that float tank. She's steady?
No, super steady. But then she's also like, let's unpack this. What do you know? Like, you know, I feel like most girls are, but like sometimes like, hey, listen, I'm just gonna say this what I need to say. You know, it's hard for me to talk my emotions as it is, so just accept it, and then we'll talk about this more later when I'm not high. And she was like, wow, like, and she, you know, reassured me that I'm not, blah blah blah. But you know, I know deep down inside that I know that I have been selfish for sure.
I'm thinking about how selfish I'm being with like my business partner, because I'm like, we are going through like a huge like acquisition, and he's being like really professional about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, Friday's a working day, and I'm like, oh yeah, let me just take 90 minutes to do a float tank. And here I go, just think I'm going to microdose.
Yeah.
And I just do too much. And now I just look like the sloppy guy in the,
Yeah.
you know, creator.
It's all,
the mad scientist.
and also another thing, two things, right? Super selfish, right?
And you probably had like all the right reasons to like guard yourself in that selfishness.
I
Right.
mean, yeah, past trauma.
No, but like, yeah. I work so much, and I'm providing for the family, and I'm doing all these things.
Well, yeah. But
I mean, like any rational decisions like anyone else would say. Yeah. But in reality, you know you the best, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
I don't think about that. Like, how lucky are we, right? We like this is our lives, right? Like our status quo, right? But like, out of the billions of people in this world,
I know.
out of all the homeless, drug addicts, fucking, I mean, you know,
Anything you could have been.
anything, exactly,
Yeah.
you know? So that's another thing, like, it's like, damn, I've been so selfish, like, instead of
looking at the 5%,
Yeah.
it's amazing. You're looking
Yeah.
at 5% that's fucked.
exactly, instead of like being grateful for what I have, like, dude, backstory, Mike and I have been traveling the world now for
A few years now. I was with you when you first started traveling the world.
Yeah, you were.
You went, we encouraged you to go by a trip by yourself to Thailand.
No, that wasn't my first time traveling the world, but
By yourself.
yeah, by myself.
Okay, there you go.
And
Wait, okay, before that, where'd you go? Oh, Mexico.
no, Machu Picchu.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Machu Picchu. Wait. No.
Pokemon? Pokemon. I never heard that.
No, dude, Machu Picchu, Belize, Roatan, Honduras.
What? You're just naming off shit now. I went down. That's not even a real name.
We got so high in Brazil
Yep. Then we thought about that.
that we thought it was a good. It was
Yeah, it was a good comparison because it's like, what did we do to these poor Italians and French people that deserves that? Anyways, long story short is we had a great time in Italy, right? And
every time we go to a vacation,
we always go super hard for 1 week.
we go hard for a week, and then we go home.
They
So
go home.
me and Johnny and
Yeah.
Candy and Marcus, everyone else goes home, right?
And they have to go back to work.
Yeah,
And then I go back to work. But my work is very different. So I work on remote. So my same 3 to 5 days a week of work, but I get to experience not like the cringe, going super hard partying.
Yeah.
I get to experience the outside and the lusciousness and the landscapes and the waterfalls and the
He gets to,
beautiful, luscious rolling hills.
instead of just doing some nasty ass tequila shots of some
Back alley,
back alley
crusty ass.
ridden hard, put away wet.
Yeah. See,
He gets to see the other side. Floripa.
Yeah, so we went to a place called Florianopolis, but the locals call it Floripa. So we always say, like, my Floripa is not the same as your Floripa. You see, my Floripa is like the salmons of Capistrano. The plush hills. It's like sunset on the Caspian Sea as Denzel Washington comes out of the shower and establishes his firm balance on the hard oak floor. So your Floripa is like,
So my Floripa is like, hey, you like want to the hometown dive bar that's open until 5 o'clock in the morning. Fucking $2, no 2 cents. All right, I'll take it.
we got a $2 pickle shot.
that's.
I watch reality TV show all the time. What's that?
No, I hate reality.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I that shit. It's not real.
It's reality. It's called reality. That's it.
Just like the
Real fruit juice.
I want some of that grape drinks.
No, we're definitely being canceled.
I grew up on that welfare.
No.
Not the welfare, the Goodwill peanut butter.
Oh, yeah. Jiffy. No,
No. The Goodwill peanut butter, bro. It was like rocks. Like you put it on bread, it was like a grind. It was a grater, bro. That peanut butter, you have to put oil in it, and then
Wait, you have to put your own oil in it? Well, what kind of oil would you use?
just fucking whatever.
The car. Okay.
Yeah,
Coconut oil?
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Dude,
Damn.
that's how poor I grew up.
Wait, so you had 2 brothers or no?
A little brother, older sister.
Wow, you're in the middle.
Yeah, man.
Okay, that makes sense. But now my mind's like slowly shifting to be like, wow, like, you know what? We're the duration.
Isn't it funny how we're turned to our parents?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the older we get, the more.
Yeah, the more that made sense.
Oh my god.
Yep. But I think it happens to everyone.
What it is?
Which they say like, okay, so
There is so much amphetamine-induced schizophrenia.
yeah, that's what I mean. So one of my buddies, dude, he went missing in Tijuana for 2 days. He thought the FBI, he thought the cartel was after him, and all his friends turned against him. He threw away his phone. This is a buddy from high school. And my other buddy, Armand, he was like the dude state champion wrestling. He was his best friend, and he lived in the same house with him for like 5 years. And long story short, his girlfriend wanted to move into a new place. So he's like, no more roommates. It's like, okay. And that's when Steve moved in with a really big partier guy. Dude, he was like literally the entourage in Hollywood. His number one job, Efren, was to find wealthy people to show them a good time. He still has the heavyweight belt of Encore Club in Las Vegas. $1 million in one night. He was showing around like a prince or a sheik at Dubai or something like that.
What's the name?
His name was Efren. Yeah, he was a Marine. He died of a I think pericarditis after the vaccine because he was doing a bunch of blow. But he always did blow. Like just way too much.
Come on, though. Come on.
But
Okay, the vaccine, yeah, but dude. Oh, the vaccine killed. Bro, you just said he's doing you're doing a ton of blow.
hold on. But he was doing blow for years. For years.
That's so cute.
I know, but then all of a sudden, just like a lot of these like pro athletes and football players,
I agree.
in Europe, you get a little bit of pericarditis, and then bam, it inflames it, and just boom, collapses everything.
But
Yeah. Anyways, long story short, he passed, but so our buddy Steve went to go live with Efron, and dude, bad company corrupts good morals, dude.
yeah.
He was around the best women, the best drugs, the best alcohol, all the time.
So this guy was to show people around in Vegas.
Yeah. So imagine moving in with that guy. Imagine moving into Hollywood with that guy.
Oh, so his roommate
Yeah.
was that guy.
His roommate was that guy.
Wow.
So imagine Johnny being that guy.
Okay.
And he would always bring like dimes over to the house and promo girls and blow all over the table just like every night, 4 nights, 5 nights a week. And so that shit catches up to you after like 2 or 3 years. And so then enough's not enough. You need more and more dopamine. He started getting into meth. And then I think when you get into meth, it's like sometimes you don't know what you're getting. So you do bath salts. So you start smoking bath salts. And that bath salt triggered a schizophrenic episode that ran in his mom's side of the family.
Yeah, life is crazy. There's hills and there's fucking peaks and valleys, and I hate to sound old, man, but
I don't think you're old. I think you're just mature.
yeah, man, that like
Because you can say the same thing as like, being, let's just say in your late 20s versus your early 20s. Imagine if you went to college and you were drinking and doing the fraternity thing.
I wouldn't have been where I am there.
But that's what I mean. In your late 20s, you'd have been like, oh, I don't mean to sound old, but it's like, nah, I think you're just mature. You've been there, you've done that, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's a cycle, it's a phase in your life, and you could be grateful for it.
So Mike, I know you started your business from your parents' basement on an iPhone.
Yep.
And you started making money online for the content you're making for nursing, for all these nursing videos.
Internet sensation, Mr. Will Watt. No, yeah.
And you're making money. You're making a lot of money. Then
Yep.
what happened?
Yeah, so to drop some hard figures, so like this year we're gonna grow 17 million as a company.
Congrats.
Yeah, thanks so much. 5 years ago though was we were going bankrupt, and I'll get to that story. But let's just take it all the way back. 2012 was when I posted my first video. So it was a 10-year overnight success.
It's funny. I graduated school in 2013.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
I did too. Whoa, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Back to this. So, you
So what happened was, before nursing school, when I went in at like 25-ish, I was a 6-time business failure, mostly in the fitness realm. 8,000 in debt and business stuff. My dad was looking at me like, "Oh, you're just a get-rich-quick scheme kind of guy. I've seen your uncles do this with multi-level marketing. You gotta just." He was like a cop, right, in LA, and he's like, "You just gotta get in, do a career for 20, 30 years, get a pension, be secure." Every dad wants you to be successful and secure, right? Which just makes sense. But in my mind, all the business books I listened to was like, you got to fail 9 times to succeed the 10th time, because 9 out of every 10 businesses fail or ideas fail, and you got to just learn before you earn. So after I failed out of nursing school my 3rd semester, I got kicked out because I would just late all the time. Turned in my papers late, and just
surprise. If you know Mike, doesn't surprise you.
But it was funny because I was a paramedic before, and I used to teach EKGs, which is one of the hardest things you have to understand in the medical field. And so by the time you get into nursing school, imagine teaching that and knowing everything, right? Well, not everything, but knowing a lot. And then someone's showing you like, oh, this is how to take a blood pressure. This is how to do this. This is how to do that. I'm like, I already know that kind of thing. So I was young, I was dumb, and I got like cocky. And I still hold the record for the most write-ups in one semester. It was 4 write-ups. I had 7 total. But on my nursing school, yeah. Whoa. So anyways, long story short, nursing school is like the military it's like an all-female military. 90% female, 10% men. And I don't know if your nursing school was like mine.
I was one out of 3 males, and they and
How many
there were
people?
30 in my class.
Yeah. That's like 10%.
And the other 2 guys were in their late 50s.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And at my nursing school was like mostly crusty old like instructors. There was a few young ones, but it was weird. Like, I don't know if you felt like this, but it was like very much bullying and hazing.
On the female side, but not me.
No, I felt like the instructors would try to find out ways to fail out anyone if they didn't like you.
Oh, yeah.
If they didn't like you. Yeah. And it seemed like the overall like aura was like, let's like demasculate men in a sense. If you're strong and powerful, or maybe it was just like, maybe I was young and it's like, hey, if this guy's cocky, let's knock him to his knees and build him back up. So maybe that was it. But I was too young and dumb to see that.
I think it's just old nursing mentality.
Yeah. And so whatever it was, got failed out. So that's that story. My dean sat me down and she's like, hey, Mike, I know you can be successful. I know that you can probably teach these courses. I just need you to focus. And she was really actually sweet. Forget her name. But she's like, Mike, you just need to focus, get out of my hair, just jump through the loops, show up on time. And she's like really caring, but she's like, I'm not going to let you back in the program unless you show me you're serious. So she's like, do a project for me over the summer. Do a project. We'll get you back in the fall. I'm like, okay. So I was in the fitness realm. So I'm like, oh, you know what's really popular is boot camps. So why don't we do like a fitness boot camp, but a study boot camp for new students? Like show them how to time manage, show you how to study skills, show them how to like master complex topics and memory tricks. And so it was there that, people are like, dude, put this on YouTube. I'm like, dude, YouTube doesn't work. I started 2 other channels for fitness and no one even watched that crap. Like YouTube's the dumbest idea. So I'm like, I still remember it. I'm in the shower and I'm thinking, I'm like, man, this can be a 7th failure. Who cares? I have the summer working at the hospital making $12 an hour. Who cares? As soon as we want another one. I'm like, all right. And I was thinking like, if it does pop off, dude, I could probably be making $10,000 a month, which is great. Cause I'm like, I'm only doing like $2,500 a month, maybe $2,000 as a tech.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that sounds pretty good. So I made 5 videos over, what was it? Over the holiday weekend, I think it was. And those 5 videos took off and they started getting thousands of views. I'm like, oh crap. So I made 5 more. And then it came to a point where I made like 50-ish videos that started getting, and I just asked people like, what do you want to see more? And there came a junction where I was like, man, okay, people are watching this, but no one's going to buy this crap. So what I did was I'm like, okay, let's just do another test. Let's put a little mini package with downloads and study guides and some videos in like a package on.
How did you come up with all these ideas? I mean,
it was from the failures.
No, like, okay, continue. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
No, because I was thinking about this. If this is my first time doing this.
No, but like you said, okay, now I'm going to put all these study guides. You just get study guides from different areas, making your own type.
I would just ask people, like, what do you want to see more of? And it's like, we want fluid electrolytes. We want EKG for the heart. I'm like, fantastic. We can just aggregate that. I went on Upwork to get graphic designers. Because at that point, I failed at so many businesses that I knew how to hire contractors. I knew how to make a sales page and create an email nurture campaign with a funnel. If it wasn't for those other failures, I wouldn't have been a success. So that's huge for me and anyone really going into it. Your failures aren't failures. They're just learning opportunities to make you better. So when something does pop up, you actually know what to do. If Simple Nursing was the first one, I wouldn't even be here talking today. Yeah. So long story short, I'm like, I made an agreement with myself. I'm like, okay, if I can make 1 sale a day for about 45 days, then I'll quit my job, my amazing job, $12 an hour, right? I'm like, okay. So I started selling for $19 and I still have the PDF download, how to make 100K in 12 months online from Craig Ballantyne. He was speaking, by the way, over here at, this weekend in Costa Mesa. And he actually reached out to me. He's like, hey, I'm speaking, I'm the keynote speaker. Do you want to come? And you're like one of my most successful students. I'm like, dude, thanks. but I have a bachelor party this weekend. So anyways, I just remember thinking like, man, if I can make half that, $50,000 in 1 year, that's like more than I was making. I was like making the low 20s, maybe 30s if I worked overtime per year. So, long story short, I put it on Udemy, which is a platform that you can host a course. Udemy takes like 60%, but I'm like, all right, 40%. Like, who cares? It's just a test. So I made double the amount. I made 2 sales a day, which is 90 sales in 45 days and $19. I know, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. So I made an agreement with myself. I'm like, I'm going to quit my job in the last semester of nursing school. So if it goes wrong, then if I can't make money, then I'll just be a nurse in 6 months. And that's fantastic. So that's what I did. And so every week, those Fridays, I would dedicate 8 hours a day on a little whiteboard in my parents' library with a webcam and just post as many videos as I could get through. It ended up being like 25 videos, 10-minute segments per week, and 100 videos a month. So in about 9 months, I had 900 videos.
Damn.
And then I contracted with a website guy to basically make the first streaming service. It's like Netflix streaming service at 1,000 videos, but kind of like Cliff Notes version, you know. And so by the time I was walking on stage getting my diploma, I was making more than my dean. I was like $20,000 a month.
Damn.
Yeah, the first year doing it, I made $350,000 in the first year. Second year, we went up to $900,000 in sales. So I was $1 million business. We generated $1 million as a company. Just me, my brother's wife doing customer service, just answering phones and emailing people back. And my buddy, my carpool buddy, who went to nursing school with me, he was a car salesman at CarMax. It was just us three. And we were just $1 million small, but very small business, just selling these ClickNote versions, streaming service, study material. And it was great. All the books I listened to, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, my favorite of all time was 4 Hour Work Week, Tim Ferriss in 2008. He just had the most outrageous idea in 2008 of like, hey, if you can work online, the world is your office. So that's all I wanted to do. And so at the time I was like, man, I'm going to go. So I started jet setting. I went to Peru. I went to Brazil. I went to Italy. And I just was working remote. Now, the problem was we started going bankrupt 2 years into it. The reason for that, Tim Ferriss didn't tell us that there would be competitors that would copy everything you're doing and either do it for free, which happened to me, but they just did a little bit better. This is why I have 4 rules of business. Number 1 is you copy the leader, but just do it a little bit better or your own twist on it. So that's what someone did to me. They copied.
Who was that?
Registered nurse RN. So her name's Sarah in Alabama. She was already doing videos before me, but she was doing PowerPoints. And so I chose not to get bitter, but I chose to get better because everyone does that in the industry, right? There were no smartphones before the iPhone. There were no tablets before the iPad. And so everyone always copies the leader, but just makes it a little bit better or just tweaks it just to be different. That's what everyone does. When you see Ferraris going around, Corvette looks just like a Ferrari did. Wow, where did they get that idea from?
Mm-hmm.
The car I'm driving right now, the Jeep, looks just like a Range Rover.
Mm.
Wow, where did they get that? You know what I mean? So everyone copies everyone, but just puts a little twist on it. And so there was 2 companies doing that. Another one called NRSNG.com that basically had better tech infrastructure than us. And so in about 2 years, we were getting squashed out.
So you started making better videos, right?
So anyways, long story short, I was selling a 1984 Macintosh when everyone had the new updated laptops and computers, right? And I was over here traveling the world. And I was like, wow, I'm rich, I'm retired, I'm living the 4 Hour Work Week lifestyle. And I took my eye off the ball, right? And I was like, oh, shoot. Everyone else is squeezing me out. So between 2015, so we're only 2 years in, we hit that $1 million mark. And the highest we ever made at that time was $2 million in that year. I didn't know that, but after 2015 to 2018, we were decreasing 20%, 30% year over year. And I mean, you can only do the math. You can only do that 5 times until you're out of business, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, So our business is tanking. The plane's headed toward the trees. And I was looking around and it was weird. Everyone had an idea of what the business was like for. My dad was like, suck this business dry, put all the money in your pockets and let it die. My brother was just like, hey, like his wife, who was around customer service, she needs more money. And I'm like, why though? Because we don't even have that much. Like, we don't have that much customers. Why do you need more money for customer service? So long story short is everyone had their own idea of what the business was for. And when I put everyone in a room, I'm like, guys, we're going bankrupt. Everyone in this room is going to be without a job in the next 18 months. And I got answers from everyone and kind of understood like how everyone felt about the business. No one actually put the customer first. It wasn't there that we were going to change the lives of nursing students. It wasn't there that we were actually going to help people. It was like, no, what can this business do for me? It was greed. It was pride. It was ego. And I'm like, guys, like, what are we even doing? And why are we doing it? So at the end of the day, the idea was, I think just like Apple, when Apple had to go back to the drawing board and say like, you know, what are we doing? We're not here for the shareholders. We're not here for balance sheets. We're here to change lives. And when Apple really turned it around, Steve Jobs was like, you know, basically like, how can we make the customer experience so much valuable that the iPhone is just an extension of who you are. It's just a better version that enhances you, right? Yeah, so long story short, everyone in the family had an idea of what the business was for, and none of it was to help the customer. It was all about greed, pride, ego. And so at the time I was like, I got to be the one to champion this. I made it myself, and just bootstrap it, pull yourself up. And then I just kind of like reached burnout because I'm like, I started having panic attacks. I'll go to the urgent care because I'm like, I'm looking at this disintegrating company, knowing I have to go back, figure out a way to make 1,000 videos again that are better than the competitors right now. But not even that. Even if you had the brand new shiny product or the Ferrari, if you don't have a driver and an operator that knows how to drive that Ferrari, they're going to crash the shit out of it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Who are we going to put in there, like a CEO, to like make sure it drives correctly? So that's when I got on my knees, started praying. I fasted for 3 days. And I said, Jesus, take the wheel. I grew up super Christian, and my mom's a prayer warrior. And I was like, Mom, you got to be praying for a miracle here, because I can't do it. And I remember just giving over the control, and giving over my ego and my pride and saying, you know what, it's not for me anymore. If this company goes bankrupt, that's okay. But I want to make sure that we did the best we could to create a unique experience for the customer and for the student. What would I want to have if I was in nursing school? Mm-hmm. And so I fasted and prayed, and I feel like God spoke to me. And I gave over. I'm like, God, you're the CEO of this company now. Whatever money I take home personally, I'm going to give 55% of that to God. Mm-hmm. So you have majority sharehold, you're the CEO. And so that's when everything started to change. Dude, in like 2 days.
So you said you gave it to God,
Mm-hmm.
and did someone reach out to you, or what happened?
Yeah, so I hired like 4 business coaches on Thumbtack, which they weren't like real business coaches, but it's always nice to have someone to talk to about business and like bounce ideas off of. And I was like, yeah, I know that I need to have an operator, and I know that I need to make the 1,000 videos again. So I'm like, I know I need to separate the company into the creative, which I'll own, and the business side. But I need to find the LeBron James that can actually own that business side. And so Mom prayed, and about, I think 2 days or within that week, a family friend who was everything we were looking for. The number one thing that they say is in a great partner is grit. Somebody who won't quit. They'll pound their head against the wall until it actually works. The Navy SEAL type, what's it called? The Goggins type, right? The guy that'll just keep on doing and keep on going, and just so tenacious and stubborn. And we found him. The second criteria in that list was to have a 5-year expert in that industry. So he was a director of marketing and acquisitions, or basically he worked at a big tech firm in Texas, in Austin. And it basically, he was in charge of of marketing and positioning sales funnels and getting
15
online opt-ins. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, and I tried to talk him out of the offer for like 5 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, because he was making $200,000 a year. I'm on a sinking ship, and I'm like, dude, you're gonna have 40% of nothing. Because I was like, if we could turn this around, I'll give you 40% of the company. But I'm like, as we speak, you have 40% of debt.
Yeah.
If we keep on this negative decrease, we're gonna split nothing, kind of thing. No profits. But I'll give him a lot of credit. Oh yeah, right here. He's very tenacious, very stubborn, and I like it. He also had one kid on the way, and he was getting married that year. And so I'm like, how about this? Work both jobs, and just, if this doesn't work out, then just let me go fail, and that's fine. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to invest my life savings into it, just give it the best effort I can. And if at the end of the day we go bankrupt, then we go bankrupt. So it was 2019. We worked together for almost a full year and made some key adjustments. He made key hires on the business side, like a sales guy. And I made a key hire on my side, which is the animation company. I had to sift through 70 animation companies to find the right one with the right budget. Because animation isn't cheap.
Yeah.
It was $100 a minute to animate. Every video we had to create, it was about $1,000.
Damn.
And we had 1,000 of those, dude. So do the math. So we stopped the bleeding in 2019. Instead of going down 30% year over year, 20 to 30%, we actually went up 3%. And we had the most amazing animated videos that were better than our competitors by 2020. We had about 300 of them, mostly in pharmacology, which is the number one things that people will want to see.
Yeah.
And so when 2020 hit during COVID, it like catapulted us.
Because of COVID.
Yeah, because everyone got pushed online. So people who weren't normally going online had to be online. So people who weren't normally going to YouTube had to be on YouTube. And obviously they're going to see our videos versus the competitors. Are like, oh man, these are really cool. I want to get more of this.
Yeah.
So we increased 200%, 300% that year.
Damn.
And then we were back up to about $2 million in revenue that year. And I'll give it a lot to the credit of kind of like a Kobe and Shaq situation, because I just kept on a content making machine. I think we refreshed 1,000 videos in about 2 years. And we had a really great tech hire in Portugal, which is my business partner's side. He hired 8 key people to fill out the entire business side of the wing. And we had some great professors that actually helped us build up the video side, the study guide side, and the question bank side. And I think all in all, since 2019, we've increased 800%, maybe 900%. And so all I'm saying is, like, there's 4 rules of business I live by. The number one thing is you got to learn before you earn. Grow your brain, grow your bank. That's number one. Mm-hmm. That's like a prerequisite before you get into the 4 rules. But the first rule is everything I just said. It's copy success. Copy the leader in your industry, but do it better. So for any industry. So let's just say it's, let's say board exam prep for nurse practitioners. Look who's doing it right now. Dissect and research it and see what are they doing, but how could it be better? How can it be more engaging? What would I want as a student? And with AI now, it's going to be so much more easy because you can just transcribe all of it, run the ChatGPT, and then own it for yourself and just make it better. Another one is, so the second rule is the rule of 9s. So the rule of 9s is you got to fail 9 times before you succeed the 10th time. So if something doesn't work, you can't just say it doesn't work. You have to try it 9 times in 9 different ways. And
the same idea, or if something fails, go on to the next idea?
It depends. That's the hardest question that everyone always asks. So,
because I mean, at some point, when do
you beat the dead horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a case by case situation, but you can do small tweaks that can fail yourself into success. So if you did everything you could, let's just say you made a mini course of 50 videos and it didn't go anywhere, maybe you can like add something or market it better or put it on social media in a better way. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And the number 3 rule is outsource everything to an expert team. So you're only as good as the people around you. So that's why they call it the 3 Ps of business. It's the people first in your company or your team that you work with, and then it's the product, and then it's how you pitch it or how you sell it.
Mm.
So if it wasn't my business partner, I wouldn't be here today doing like the $17 million in this year revenue.
That's crazy, man.
It was scary, dude, because it's like you're failing, and you can only see around you as the business is failing, your family's in not shambles, but everyone says having this like greedy money grab, and like everyone thinks the business is about themselves. And then I'm looking at this whole thing, and I'm like, oh man, I got to go back to work as a nurse, bedside, doing 12-hour shifts. I don't want to do that. I was used to traveling the world, working remote. So all I'm saying is, this is a really good hack, by the way. If you change your lock screen, they say you focus, wherever your focus goes, your energy flows.
Yep.
So whatever you see every day, you're going to manifest more of that. So whatever's on your lock screen, apparently you see more every day. And so what I changed my lock screen to be was, at the time in 2018, was don't focus on where you're on now. Successful people make decisions on where they're going to be, not where they're at right now. And so my successful decision was I need to find a great business partner and a great team. And then once you find that, you can build a great product. Because if it wasn't for our animators, we wouldn't even have a great product. We'd have nothing. So there you have it. That is the genesis of it. Oh, there's 4th rules to business. The 4th rule is have fun with it because it's all a game. And this is all like a board game. We all go back in the box at the end of the day. And by box, I mean the coffin.
Yeah.
So you got to know that you're playing nothing for keeps.
Everything is, you're all in or all out, right?
That's what I mean. Even if you're all in, who cares? It all gets wrapped up and you get
You're right, man.
Cool. And that is all. Thank you for tuning in.